Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the garden. We were just going to go over everything that we've done this week and what we're looking at getting done this next week and the plants that we planted this week. So we started with more flower beds. We've got this one along the back side of the house and then this one here at the entrance to the garden. We laid down cardboard and about 3 inches of topsoil. We're going to do a Red Haven peach here and a Bella Georgia peach over here, a Newton Pippin right here at the corner of the patio to shade the deck, and then we planted a Fragrant Cloud rose on this side and this side, and then the roses that I had in Utah, I pulled them up to bring with me, but they may not survive. This one here is a Gertrude Jekyll. It's a climber that's really fragrant and it is showing some signs of life. We'll see if it's going to pull through. This one's a Zephrine Drouhin, and then this one, I think it came untagged. I think it's a Mr. Lincoln. And then we planted a pink peace rose that we just picked up at Walmart, and Just Joey. The pink piece is fragrant and pink, and Just Joey is kind of an apricot. And then we planted orangish pink gladiolas and lilacs on either side, kind of to build up landscaping in front of it, the house. Then there's an Emily Bronte, and which is white with a little bit of soft pink in the center. Jubilee Celebration, which is kind of a darker pink with orangey tones, and then I can't remember what that further one is, but I don't think it's going to survive anyway. Then along here we planted red Munstead sedum. There's 7 plants along here, which comes up kind of pink and it stays evergreen. Here's one of the larger ones. And then we planted 8 peonies along here, and then that are whites and pinks and magentas, and then a mix of all colors of gladiolas along the back. And then there's a Crown Princess Margreta climbing rose down here that'll bloom orange if it survives, and it'll go over the cattle panel trellis. And then we planted some rhubarb. I have another rhubarb plant, some fenugreek and artichokes, and then planted some really teeny lamb's ear seedlings. So we'll see how they do. Once I get it all planted, I'll mulch it so it'll hold the moisture in a lot better. But then over here, eventually when we get, I want to keep it open while we're building the garden beds over here, and as soon as we get those built, I can start this last garden bed here. So it'll have the grapes on the far side, and then this pear tree will go a little offset, and then I have 2 black lace elderberries that'll go on either side of a quickfire hydrangea. And then right here's a Lady of Shallott that I think is going to survive. I'll keep my fingers crossed. It blooms beautiful orange fragrant blossoms. And then over on this side, it may not survive, but it's a Roald Dahl David Austin rose that's light apricot. It's really pretty. And then we did decide that we're going to do some Ruth Stout beds. So we'll do a Ruth Stout bed over here for potatoes, and we're getting the straw today to get that put in. And then over here in the other sunny corner, we're going to put one for sweet potatoes. And then we still need to get the asparagus bed planted. I have them all potted up, but they still need to be planted. Then I'm going to plant the flowering plum right here to kind of shade the patio, but also to kind of give shape to the walkway that's going to go through here. And the new garden beds are done. We're going to work on putting the trellises, building the trellises for the bean teepees in the centers today and tomorrow, so that we can get things planted tomorrow before the rain on Thursday. And then we planted 5 fruit trees yesterday to kind of start the orchard. So the pathway will meander through here. My little digger was helping me dig the holes yesterday for all the trees. This one's a Granny Smith apple and an Arkansas black apple. This one's a Norland, and then a wine sap and Northern Spy is the last one. So it feels so good to have the large beds ready so that I can plant all the greens before it gets too hot. So we're gonna do onions around the outside. Sure is windy today. Kale and cabbage just inside of that, and then in the very center we're gonna do 4 to 6 little teepees for climbing beans, pole beans. So thanks for joining me in the garden today to look at all that we've done and put in and planted and what we're getting ready to do. We'll catch you next time. Have a beautiful day.